All right, traders here looking at PROG stock and a couple other stocks here. So I'm going to be breaking these stocks down. And if I see any, trading opportunities to trade the best setups out of the best prices, I'll be taking action on those trades, sharing it with you here live. So let's take a look here at PROG. This ended up going back to 390. So this is going to be key. If 430 reacts as a resistance level, this stock is going to reach for a new low of day, and it's really going to start to fill that gap that's waiting to fill below. So for the bears to really show strength and for them to truly be in control for the rest of the day, they need to turn 430 into a resistance level. If that can happen, then this stock will be on track to crack 394 and then really start to fill that gap that's waiting to fill below at 347. Now, if 430 breaks out, has a pullback, reacts as a support level, this stock is going to be flying towards 470 to 490 today. So we have to see how this reacts. As of now, it's already getting rejected off of that same key blue line that I shared with you yesterday. So PROG is currently having a very negative reaction at this key gap fill level. The stock had another gap down, bounced back up to fill the gap that was waiting to fill above, just like it did yesterday. And it is currently experiencing that pullback, that gap close reversal. And then again, simply attempting to fill that gap that has been waiting to fill below at 347. So as of now, it is having another negative reaction and things are not looking good here. Let's see. We'll give it a couple more minutes. But yeah, that's PROG stock for you. We'll see. All right, so while we're waiting for this to play out, let's take a look at another play I've been watching. Yeah, Rivian. I was really bullish on RIVN. This can potentially go to the 140s today. I'm looking for an entry on Rivian. Hopefully, it can somehow fill that gap that's waiting to fill at 123.38. That would be a phenomenal dip buying opportunity off a bounce. So we'll see. Yeah, guys, Rivian looks really good here. All right, I am currently long on RIVN at 131.5. All right, guys, I'm currently long. I'm bullish on RIVN. All right, guys. So here's the deal. Here's my current open position for day trading here. So I am currently long on RIVN. I am filled at an average cost of $131.50 long with 400 shares. I think we're heading to 140 plus. So this is going to be kind of like a passive hold. I'm looking to take advantage of this momentum, ride this back up to the 140 range. That's what it is that I'm looking for on this. Now, as for PROG, the Bears are in control. The Bears are still in control of PROG. So we'll see. It's still holding up here in the 390s. But as long as this maintains below 430, we're going to see, new lows on the day. And then we'll see that gap really starting to fill once that 390 support reacts as a resistance level. But yeah, guys, I think Rivian's gonna do well today. RIVN. I think we can hit 140. So the strategy with RIVN is a gap close reversal to fill the gap above. So basically there was a gap to fill right here at 123. And you could see when this is at 123, this gapped up to 135. And then the next day it shot up to 150. So today it ended up filling that gap. It's having a reversal, and now it's attempting. It's kind of like a battle. It's attempting to fill this gap here at 146, but then you also have a gap to fill right here at 123. So we have to see. Um, LGVN short. Let's see. Yeah, I mean, I was watching this one in the pre-market. It definitely looked bearish, but I didn't take any action on this. In terms of the daily chart, we have a lot of resistance right here at 1248. It went from 1248 closing on 845. It's definitely lining up for a short. There's no confirmation though. But in terms of the daily chart, I don't think it's going to be able to have another green day. I think what's going to happen is we're going to see a huge volume fade on Monday, which is going to really, you know, pull in that first red day. So basically, I think we're going to have that massive red day on Monday. So this is definitely going to be on my radar for a short and then to swing, over the weekend. This can easily crash 30 to 40% on Monday. So yeah, I mean, I definitely would consider looking for an entry on this. Okay, so we're starting to get a negative reaction here towards pre-market highs on LGVN. So like basically $7 by Monday would be the price target. $7 by Monday on LGVN. So I'm kind of just looking on an entry. You got to be really careful because this could keep squeezing. But yeah, I'm short biased. I think we'll go to, $7 by Monday, if not today. PLTR is having a gap close reversal. So yeah, guys, PLTR. This looks pretty bullish right here. It's having a gap close reversal and it's at a key support level, similar move to RIVN. Yeah, I think this can get to like 2250 today for a scalp. I don't think I'm gonna take it though, but this looks bullish. mRNA is approaching a gap fill at 284. So PROG is currently spiking back up. All right, so guys, in terms of RIVN, this one's tough. This one's tough. It looks like it's really trying to head back now to fill the gap at 123. So I might have to cut losses here quickly. Can always get back in towards that 123 zone. I might have overestimated this one a little bit, because just looking right here when it gapped up, it got to high at 135 and it topped out very, very early in the morning. And looking at its reaction, it's kind of doing the same thing. So yeah, I think I definitely overestimated this one. I'm most likely going to be cutting losses here very soon. So if it fails to turn this into a support level, 129, I'm going to have to cut losses on this because if 129 reacts as a resistance level, it's going to 123, So I got to cut my losses quickly on this one. And it looks like it's already turning it into resistance, forming a new lower high. So, I mean, I'll give it like a minute or two. We'll see, but it's not looking good. Yeah, it's breaking down right here. All right, so guys, I'm out. I'm stopped out on RIVN. So I was long at 131.50, out at 128.31. So, yeah, guys, the reason why I got out of this one, looking at the chart, I definitely overestimated this. Just looking at its history, it did have that gap close reversal, that gap up move we were talking about. But on this day, when it gapped up, it got to a high 135 and then it went all the way down to 125. So just looking at today, it's putting in lower highs. It just turned your key support at open into resistance it tried. I'm playing it safe. I mean, it looks like it's going to try to go to 123 to fill the gap within time. But overall, it looks like it's going to be a sideways type of trade, very choppy. So I'm not interested in on that one. So yeah, on to the next one. So let's see, PROG. So yeah, we're heading back to that key 430 level, that double top. PROG is really looking like a good short, in my opinion. All right, I got some orders out on PROG. Let's see if I can get filled here. Currently, no fills. This has to bounce for me to get filled. Let's see. All right, I got some partial fills here on a PROG short. Man, I wish I can get full size on this. It has to pop. It's got the SSR, so it has to spike up. All right, so I just got filled. So I'm currently short on PROG stock. So here's the deal, guys. If 430 breaks out, has a pullback, reacts as a support level, I see this heading to 465 today. Now, if 430 fails to break out, turns into resistance, I see this heading to under 390, like 370s today. So we'll see. Right now it's at the battle mark. So we got to see how it reacts here. It's attempting to break out, and there's the breakout. So we'll see. This is a very important key level for shorts, especially for shorts. All right, guys, just to show you an update on my current positions here, let's take a look. So PROG is currently breaking down from the resistance level. All right, so as you guys can see, I'm currently short on PROG at 427. What is your entry? So yeah, as you guys can see, my entry for the short position on PROG, as you can see, my entry is 427, $4.27. So the mental stop loss is going to be around 445. That would be around the max I would want to risk on this. So it's basically using the same exact strategy that I used yesterday on this stock. It's just at a lower price, so it's not as good as a trade. So I'm taking a lighter size. It's also not as volatile, and it's also a lot more riskier at this price. But yeah, I mean, we'll see. You know, same exact strategy though as yesterday. It's not as ideal in the current situation. All right, so guys, we're getting another breakdown here on PROG. So if we can crack this 420 level and turn that into resistance, we should be good to go on this short position. You need to crack 420, react as resistance. That would be the key for this trade. All right, so PROG is looking good as it's doing its thing. Let's see if there's any other plays. Okay, so Riot is acting as resistance. So Riot filled the gap. It's currently reacting as a resistance level. Yeah, I see what it is that you're looking at. All right, so we're going to attempt here on a breakdown for PROG. It just went to 418. So like I said, the key here is it has to turn 420 into a resistance level. If it can do that, it should continue to fade. Now, see, that's not good. That's a bullish reaction. So we just got a bullish reaction on PROG. You know, when a stock is forming these bottom wicks, these pins at support levels, it's definitely bullish. So we'll see if it can come back with some lower highs like it's already attempting. So we'll see. All right, so guys, PROG is again attempting to break down here. Let's see. Okay, so someone said you were wrong about PROG. Your video said it's going down to fill the gap at 347. Lost my ass. Yeah, I don't understand how you lost on a short position when I told you guys to go short at 480 to 490, and the pre-market high was 490, and it went to 394 twice. So yeah, I guess you just can't follow instructions. I don't understand how you can lose when a stock drops an exact dollar and I get you in at the exact top from the highs. It just doesn't make sense. All right, so anyways, it's a battle, guys. BROG is a battle, but the Bears are attempting to win the battle. So I'm gonna continue to hold out my shares. I got a really good entry. I'm in at 428, and the current high of day is 433, and it's breaking down. So we're talking about a potential top tick, the same way I called out the top tick yesterday. So yeah, we'll see. I mean, history tends to repeat itself. So we'll see if I'm wrong again. As for Savistock, let's see. Savistock is taking off. Looks like it had a little gap up, filled the gap. Yeah, this is gonna run. Savistock is a gap fill play to $61. It looks like. So if this can go above 53.77 and turn this into a support level, so if this breaks out above 53.77, turns it into a support, this is gonna run. So that could be a trade if you wanted to scalp some options on and ride this up to fill the gap at 61.69. So if you're interested in that, keep an eye on Sava. If it can break out and turn $54 into support, this is going to really start to run and it's really going to start to fill the gap. So yeah, we'll see. It's looking good. It normally closes strong too on these nice green days towards support. PROG is bouncing off the 200 EMA. Yeah, I don't use the EMA. I use these blue lines that get me at the top. That's what I use. The ones that no one else uses. I'm currently in at the exact top, just like I was in yesterday on PROG. I mean, people say it's not possible, but I'm doing it. So, all right, guys, PROG. I mean, this is bearish. It's just not looking good. It's really not looking good. The same pattern that nobody's telling you about is happening once again. See how we get the double top of this blue line and it gets crushed? Look what's happening, guys. We just got the double top at the blue line. Like enough is said. So far, so good on the short. I'm going to continue to ride this out. If it continues to, you know, form lower highs, react as resistance, we'll be seeing a crack of 394. It's just going to require a lot of time. This trade is going to require a lot of patience. I can already tell the way it's moving. Let's see. Okay, so Sab is at 54 now. Rivian came up. Yeah, Rivian came back up. I mean, it was just so oversold. Like it had to run with the gap close reversal play. I didn't want to take on any extra risk, so I decided to cut my losses quickly, and then just take a nice size on PROG short. Um, this looks done. LGVN looks done. I think $7 on Monday. I'm gonna keep an eye on it for a potential short. The plays I like right now are PROG short. And so here, I'll create like a new watch list for the plays that are in development here. Let's see. Okay, we'll title it new watch list. All right, so PRG, LGVN, Sava. Those are three plays that I like right now. Okay, so Sava's having a fake out at that key level. That's not good. We'll see if we can get back up there. But that's bearish. It's really bearish. All right, G-Tech hit 10 today. This one's all over the place. This gap that filled at 907, gap to fill at 907. Ooh, this one's interesting. I'm gonna add this one on the watch list. G-Tech. Okay, let's see. That could be another potential short. It seems like there's a lot of good shorts today. Not really seeing many longs. Ticker symbol STNE. Let's see. Okay, so let's take a look at the daily chart here. Okay, so this had a gap to fill at 1782, and there was another gap to fill at 2188. In terms of today, it's been flatlining for 2 days now since it hit the 19s. So yeah, I mean, I'll add this to my watch list. I think it's a little too early to potentially get in. We need more of a confirmation. But it's definitely worth adding on the watch list for sure. So yeah, stone is going to be, that's more of like a back burner. That's like an upcoming play. But yeah, that's what I'd love to see. Oversold stocks, huge upside potential, gap close reversals to fill the gaps above. Um, so yeah, this one will be interesting. All right, so PROG is being very, very stubborn. Let's see. Yeah, so it's going to attempt to break out once again. Very stubborn, very frustrating trade for today. Price action is very choppy, nowhere near as volatile as it was yesterday. So, like I said, the max risk is going to be towards, 440. It is what it is. Small losses, big wins. Traded this very well yesterday and still got a good entry today, so we'll see. Just got to let the trade play out, just let things unfold. QCOM. So it had a gap down. It's bouncing back up to fill the gap at 186.32. So it needs to break out and turn 186.32 into a support level. In the meantime, it's just going to be breaking down and also attempting to fill the gap that's waiting to fill above at 186.32. In terms of the daily chart, yeah, I really don't have much of an opinion on this. I wouldn't be interested in buying as it's overbought for the short term. And there's no confirmation to really short it as well, unless you do see, it's spiked to 186.32 and it reacts as a resistance level. Then you can look to potentially scalp it for a short. So yeah, that's my thoughts on it. I'm not really interested in that one. So AUR has been taking off. Yeah, guys, right now I'm seeing a lot of potential shorts. You just gotta wait, let them do their thing a little bit. Let's see. So LGVN, yeah, guys. This is done. LVGN is done. LGVN is done. PROG is attempting to break down once again. So at this point, LGVN for today is on track to go to 850. That's where I see this heading. It's really, frustrating to try to short it now because this was at 1475 like 10-15 minutes ago. I really try to short at resistance levels, rather than key breakdown. Because these stocks can easily, the reality is these can easily, you know, rip back up within a minute, 2 to 3 points, and then get halted and then gap up after it gets halted. I've seen it happen so many times and I've experienced it before. So, you just got to be extremely careful when it comes to shorting low float stocks, especially at a key breakdown. You really want to focus on resistance levels. Like for PROG, 430 used to be a support level. It used to be a key breakdown, but now it's a resistance level, so it's different. It's still not as ideal though. UEC. So yeah, UEC, it filled this gap from 458. It's having a negative reaction. So 458 reacts as a resistance level, which it currently is. This is bearish and it'll be heading towards Your 430 level. 430 would be the next level for that. I'm not interested in trading this. I like to really focus on the volatile stocks. All right, so BKKT. Let's see. BKKT. Yeah, I mean, I'm not seeing really any reason to be buying this from a technical view. You had your key support level, your huge upside support level from 20 to 60. It hit 60 in extended hours, right around there. It's now reacting as a resistance level. That key 20 support level has been reacting for a resistance level for the past few days here. Hence, the stock is breaking down very, very nicely. So for this one, I would wait until 9:15. It's gonna take quite some time, but if you're looking for a good deal, and I think it'll get there eventually, it's just gonna take some time. I would wait till 9:15. There's a gap to fill at 9:15. Once it hits that, start spiking, then I would look to get on that. I'm not seeing any reason to buy it. What I'm seeing is, you got a huge support level from 20 to 60 in a couple days, now reacting as a key resistance level. So you got some huge downside potential incoming. And the volume has completely faded. So there's really no reason to buy this. It's got nothing but bearish confirmations right now. So BA gap close reversal, 220.96. Um, I mean, just looking how this stock reacts when it gaps down, it typically closes weak at the lows. I mean, just look at all these candles, guys. Like every single time the stock gaps down, it nearly closes weak at the lows. So I would avoid buying this for today. You can look to see how it reacts towards this gap here at 218.50. You can look to see how it reacts towards this gap here at 213. But for now, I wouldn't touch it. I don't think it's a buy right now. Okay, so I got a price alert on G-Tech. It's spiking back up. Let's see. Yeah, I mean this one's crazy, man. This one is just, let's see, daily chart. Yeah, so wow, this stock is nutty, man. Just went from 1081 to 933. Looks like it got halted here. Did this get halted? It looks like it. Yeah, so G-Tech just got halted here. This one's nutty, man. It's crazy. That's what I was talking about. That's what can happen with the stock like LGVN. It got halted here on the downside, it gapped down, and then it started bottoming out, and then all of a sudden it shoots back up. You do not want to get caught in a short like that. CALA. I mean, from a technical view, it's hanging in there. I was fairly disappointed to see that. We did get a move. We were looking for a nice move for the short term, and it did happen. It just didn't last, and it happened very, very quickly, very, very early in the pre-market. It was possible to get out at the time, and it is realistic if you're up and you're using the right broker. It's just like it wasn't ideal to really lock in profits there, but it did go to 130. I'm still holding my long from 95 cents. For this one, we really need to stay above 88 cents. That needs to be the key level. If you want to play it safe, I wouldn't risk more than like 83 cents. I wouldn't risk more than like 83 cents on this. So I mean, I'm not risking much. I'm risking like, 10 cents to make 30 cents plus, but this can go a lot higher than 30 cents plus. So we'll see. So yeah, GGPI. I mean, it's pretty choppy. It's not doing too much. In terms of the 5-day chart analysis, you had heavy support in the low 14s with nice upside potential. It went to the, 1630s, 1640s multiple times. Now it's starting to react as a resistance level, forming new lower highs. So, I mean, that's not good. Overall, it looks like we're headed back to fill the gap at 1281. So until then, I wouldn't really touch this one. All right, guys. So I'm currently getting squeezed on a PROG stock. So let's see. Gonna have to cut losses here soon if it continues to run. The mental stop is currently sitting at, 240, 245, right around there. And yeah, I want to see how G-Tech reacts when it reopens up from this hole up here. All right, so guys, the key for PROG for the Bulls to really take control, they got to break out past 430, and then they got to turn this resistance here. You got some resistance at, 440. We'll call it 445. 445. If they can turn that into support, this can really start to run today. So I mean, I'll give it a little bit of time, but overall, it does look like I'm going to be covering my position here. Let's see. Lucid is running. Yeah, we talked about this in the beginning of the stream, how Lucid follows RIVN and how, these were both gap close reversal plays to fill the gap above. I mean, we talked about this one. Lucid had a gap to fill right here at 44.88. Ever since it turned it to a support level, it's been, nothing but upside, filling this gap at 52.55. And then same thing for Rivian. We talked about how the gap fill play was at right here towards 123, and it hit that 123 level. It's been going up since. Okay, so PROG is attempting to have a positive reaction here. Let's see. Yeah, I mean at this point, if this continues to hold, We're on track to go to 488 at this point. All right, so we'll see. I mean, my max stop is sitting at 445. That's my max risk on this. Looking at the chart, like right now, though, it's definitely trying to favor the bulls. They're really trying to push this back to 488. But, price action can shift very, very quickly. So we'll see. But yeah, I mean, it's no longer a short as of now. If it forms support above 430, it's no longer a short, and it's attempting to do so. So we'll see. It's basically a long if it could stay above 430. So RBLX. Let's take a look at the option chain here. Let's see. We have 66,000 calls, 30,000 in puts. A lot of people are getting the 135 strike expiration today. I mean, for today, it looks like it's going to continue to squeeze. It looks like we're headed towards 138. I don't see this stopping. This looks really strong for today. I guess PROG is still holding up. Let's see. All right, so just hit my max stop. Let's see how it reacts. All right, so guys, I'm out of PROG. So I was short at 427 and I'm out at 447. So that's minus 20 cents per share. So, I mean, the risk to reward, it was definitely there. It just didn't work out. It is what it is. It wasn't some amazing trade to begin with. It was like, wasn't at the greatest entry. Yesterday was definitely the time to be shorting. So I mean, my thoughts from here is if it holds above 430, this will be on track for 488. That would be the next level. Like, yeah, there's resistance at 462, but I mean, overall, if this can hold above 430, we're looking at 488 pretty much. But yeah, I mean, I had to play it safe. I mean, that's how my strategy it gets me in towards the gap fill level. So I mean, the gap fill level yesterday was at 490, which was a much more ideal resistance level to be shorting at. It gets you in there, and then in terms of exiting, um, it depends on how long you're planning to hold and stuff like that. But I mean, for today, it was simply using the same strategy I was using yesterday. So it got me in right here at the gap fill at 427. And, once it starts to break out and turn that into a support level, you got to get out. You got to play it safe because then it's going to start to fill the gap that's waiting to, well, it already filled, but it's going to try to go to 488. That's what it's going to do. So, I mean, right now, it's more likely to go to 488 than it is to go to 430 or 390. That's just the reality of the situation here. Yes, space. I was looking at space. That's lining up for for a good swing trade here. This will be a good one. Space is going to be a really good one. That's more of like a midterm, long-term play. But yeah, there was a gap to fill on space at 1727. So yesterday it hit 1717. Let's see how it reacted. Already tried to have a reversal, went to 1770. So SPC, keep it on your radar. I'm looking for an entry on this one. Once we start seeing, signs of an uptrend, confirmations to buy, the sky's the limit for the mid to long term on this play. It'll spike again, it'll rip again, it'll squeeze again. It's basically like that same play, that same strategy in a sense that I used for the short squeeze on BBBY. Remember how I told you guys BBBY had that gap fill play right here, and it was a buy and hold for the midterm, and then it shot up, all the way to $30 in after hours. So space is like, it's basically the same play. It's very, very solid stock, huge upside potential. It's trading at key support, your gap fill levels here, and it has multiple gaps to fill above. It has a strong history, a strong foundation of filling these gaps. Gap to fill here, 24, gap to fill here at 31, gap to fill here at 35, gap to fill here at 54. This stock has ran multiple times from 10s to 40s, from 10s to 60s, from the 10s to the 50s. History's going to repeat itself. This isn't going anywhere. History's going to repeat itself. It's going to be a good play to buy shares on and to really buy some like leap options on. So yeah, I mean, just really, really keep this on your radar. Once we see, signs of a reversal, and we're already getting signs of a reversal, so that's good. Gonna look to buy call options. Let's take a look at the option chain for SPCE. So this would be like a mid to longer term play. So let's see if anyone's kind of looking at what is I'm looking at. Man, these are so cheap. So these ones are $3. The $3 contracts, not too far out of the money. 20 strike, 85 volume. So people are picking those up. Nobody's buying puts for the mid to long term on this. Let's see. Okay, so people are picking these up too. 105 on the volume. 10 strike. These are at $9. Let's see. 20 strike is at $5. 22 strikes at $5. Yeah, I mean, you really can't go wrong with these leap options here for the calls. So yeah, I really like this play, guys. That'll be a good one. That's something I would take a decent size on too. It's a rare setup. Okay, so MARA Samara, let's see. $54 a share. So this bottomed at 47. Now we're at 54. Um, yeah, see, this is you want to keep this candlestick in mind. This is a trend reversal candlestick. This is great for scalping. If you see a gravestone doji, this candlestick right here, this candlestick right here, you see that form at resistance, it's a great opportunity to, short the stock or to buy a put option for a quick scalp. So I would definitely pay attention to those at like key resistance levels or gap close reversal levels. Those are very rare. But yeah, Reed, I'm not really interested in Mar right now. So Sava was a fake out. That's not going to be a play. PROG is it's showing some signs of strength. It really is. It's forming higher support. It already hit 450s. So yeah, I mean, I think we can hit 488. It can definitely go to 488. So CALA. See, I mean, I already went over this one. It had its move in the pre-market. It was really early in the pre-market. It went to 130. This really needs to stay above 90 cents. The most I would risk on this is like 83 cents. So basically risking like 10 cents to make 30 cents plus profit per share. It's just, it's very unfortunate that we did get that kind of move we were looking for. It happened so early in the pre-market and then it lost its gains really quickly. All right, let's see. So G-Tech. Man, I mean, if I had to pick a side on G-Tech, I would be more long biased. For some reason, I think this is gonna continue to go. It's definitely more scary to short this one than to buy it. So Lucid has filled the gap. There was a gap to fill at 52.55. So could that be an opportunity to play it for a reversal and to, scalp a put option here? Let's see. Puts her down 80%. All right, Lucid is going to be on my top watch here. So here's the deal. If 52.55 reacts as a resistance level, I'm going to buy a put and I'm also going to short this and ride this back down for the gap fill at 47.05. So this is a gap close reversal to fill the gap below. See how there was recently a gap to fill right here at 57.37. Once it fills the gap, reacts as a resistance level, it gets crushed, right? So the stock recently then filled this gap, had its reversal, spiked up, now filled this gap at 52.55, already having a reversal, already reacting as resistance. And now you got a gap that's waiting to fill below right here at 47.05. So this looks like a great short to try with not a lot of risk. The risk would be at 52.55. The target would be 48, 49 around there. So I'm gonna pull the trigger on the shares All right, so this needs to spike up. This is another one with SSR. All right, so yeah, I'm gonna try to short Lucid stock here. Let's see, let's see. All right, so I got some orders out on Lucid. I'm looking to go short here. As for the puts, I really try to time those perfectly, so I'm not gonna get the puts here just yet. But I would play it safe. I would stay in the money. I would stay at the money. Do like a 51 strike, slightly out of the money. 51 strike. 51 to 52 strike expiration would be today. This is a potential swing. You could look to do November 26th as well. All right, so I just got filled on my shares. So we'll see. I'm not going to be getting any options yet. All right, so let's see. So yeah, guys, I haven't gotten any options on Lucid yet. I've just gotten shares. I'll let you know if I do get the options. So let's see. So if PROG fills the gap from 48 and touches 5, will you be shorting again? So I mean, if PROG fills that gap at 488 and then it breaks out, reacts as a support level, I would not be shorting that stock. You know, it can go to $6 to $7. It's definitely a short squeeze play that's going to happen. Now, if this can turn 488 into resistance again and break down, we see it react as a resistance. I'll take a short at like 480, 490, and I'll rock a stop loss at around like 520. And then I'll look to ride this back down to 390. That would be the plan for that. So we'll see. Okay, so let's see, guys. Let's see. Lucid. Lucid's forming a lower high. We got a lower high on Lucid attempting to form. It's quite the battle here. All right, so guys, I'm going to grab puts here as well. So in terms of the puts that I'm buying here, it's going to be the 51 strike. The bid is 96 cents. The ask is $1. Expiration is today. All right, so I just entered the put options here on my phone. I'm in at $1, 51 strike expiration today. And then in my other portfolio, I'm currently short. Finally banking on something today. Had two losses from the start. But I'm currently short at 51.98. The high of days at 52.95. I mean, guys, this is looking great. You know, if we were to look at all the trades I made today, I would say this one would be the best out of the three. I really like this setup. So I'm just going to ride this out. I mean, we got a ways to go. There's a gap to fill at 47. But yeah, guys, I really think Lucid is going to be the play. You know, it's a great setup, not a lot of risk involved at all. So if you see what it is that I see, if you see the value in it, then you could take action on the trade. If not, then that's okay. You can simply learn from this. All right, so guys, just to give you an update on my portfolio. So this is going to be my biggest position size on the day. And due to the confidence into the trade, due to the setup of it being the best setup out of the, you know, 3 trades that I've taken so far, and of it being the best setup with just not a lot of risk involved. We'll get more into that here shortly. But yeah, I mean, just to give you an update, I am short on this stock, as you could see right here, at an average cost of 51.98. Lucid stock, the current high is sitting at 52.95. So yeah, I mean, we'll see how this plays out. In terms of losses, you know, minus 13 on Rivian and minus 19 on PROG. I think Lucid is going to be able to put me on the green due to the setup and, you know, it being a much greater position size. So, I mean, there is a lot of benefits to, you know, bigger accounts and cutting losses quickly and letting your wins run. So, I'm really going to try my best to let this win run. I like to aim for bigger wins and I like to cut my losses really quickly. For me, it's not about win rate. You know, right now on the day, let's see. So I just went red to green on the day and I had 3 trades. 1 win, it's not realized yet, but 1 win, 2 losses. So we're talking about a 33% win rate, right? So like let's say that I make 10 videos giving like stock predictions, right? If 7 of those videos are wrong and the predictions don't work out, people are going to think that I suck. They're going to be like, wow, these callouts are so bad. But what they don't get is you can still profit even with a win rate as low as 30%. So, I mean, win rate doesn't mean nothing. I strive and I try my best to get a high win rate, but it's the most meaningless thing in trading. What's important is to really have your wins outweigh your losses. And you could do that by cutting your losses quickly and then, you know, having some nice wins. sizing in right on the right setups with not a lot of risk, and then take advantage of them. So we'll see how this plays out. I think it's going to work greatly in my favor. So just to walk you through on this setup here, let's just quickly go over Lucid stock. So stock ran up from, 16s all the way to 57s. Is this overbought for the short term being? Yes. Is this a great investment? Is this a great buy and hold for the long term? Absolutely. I think this stock is going to be $100 next year. And then much higher, in the longer term. But in terms of trading, right? There was a gap to fill at 57.37. This was the highest gap waiting to fill. When you see a stock fill its highest gap that's waiting to fill above, and it reacts as a resistance level and it starts breaking down, right? So how did Lucid stock react when it hit 57.37? Right here. This is where the gap filled. So we're waiting for the gap to fill. We're playing it for the reversal. How did it react? It reacted as a resistance level, as you can see. And it went from 57 all the way down to 43. And it started to bottom out and it started to have a reversal once it filled this gap. There was a gap to fill right here at 44.88. So just to understand, the stock is shooting up. It fills the gap. Once it fills that gap right here at 57, turns it into a resistance level, has a reversal. Then it starts to climb back down to fill this gap right here at 44.88. So once 40.48 fills and it turns into a support level, it's going to have another reversal. It's going to start to fill this gap that's waiting to fill right here at 52.55. Now this gap is currently the highest gap that's waiting to fill above on Lucid. There's no other gap that's waiting to fill above on Lucid. If you go back throughout its entire history, it already filled the gap at 57.37. And today was the day where this shot up, from your lower 40s all the way to 52.55, and it filled the gap. Now, how has this stock reacted since it filled the gap? It's turned it into a resistance level. It's had a negative reaction as of now. And there's no gaps to fill above, and there's only gaps to fill below. There's a gap to fill below that was formed today as it gapped up at 47.05. And then there's also, multiple gaps that are waiting to fill below throughout its chart history. So the situation I'm looking at is it's simply having its, downtrending stage where the trend starts to reverse and it starts to kind of climb back down to fill the gaps that are kind of waiting to fill below. So that's kind of what I see in it from a technical view. But yeah, we'll see how this plays out. It's still holding up, so anything can happen. Okay, so PROG stock is now at 467. This just goes to show you how price action works. It's just about understanding so with my particular strategy, right? If 430 reacts as a resistance level, I'm short biased, right? So I took the short position. And with that being said, it's not going to work 100% of the time, like I told you guys. And it did try to crash. It went to $4.01. So I was up at one point, but it started trading sideways and the bulls came back. And then, like I told you, 430 reacts as a support level. This is going to be heading back up towards 464. And then it's really going to start to fill your gap fill play at 488. So when price action shifts, the question is, are you going to adapt to the situation? Or are you going to knowingly choose to hold through, carry the bag, let the losses run, right? That's on you. You just got to understand how price action works. I can go from being short bias. See, that's the problem again with making videos. I can make a video on PROG stock. I'm going to be like, yeah, guys, I'm bearish. I'm shorting at 430, post the video. But then if it goes above 430, I'm going to be long biased. Then I'm going to be like, it's going to 490. And then people are like, oh, you're just short bias. What happened? Price action shifts. You got to be able to adapt. I'm an adapter. That's why I cut my losses so quickly, because I understand that if 430 breaks out, reacts as a support, the bulls are now in control. And with the current sentiment, with the bulls being in control, you're looking at 465 to 488. So you got to play it safe and really know when to cut your losses. And then once you cut your losses, is it worth taking the flip side of the trade? The trade that you just bet against and took a small loss on, is it worth switching sides and then going in for another trade on the other side, right? That's something you could do as well. Um, so sometimes I'll get in on it, switch sides, and then sometimes I'll just sit on the sidelines. From an overall view, though, I mean, it's tough to say right now. I still think it could fill the gap from 347. But in order for that to happen, this needs to stay under 488. It needs to react to 488 as a resistance level. So I'll become really short biased if 488 reacts as a resistance. So like right now, I'm long biased until I kind of see how this reacts at 488. So that's kind of like where I stand on this stock. It's got to hit 488 for me to consider shorting this and for me to really give a further update. So right now so in my eyes, like at the current price, there's no reason to short it. And in terms of your upside potential, it's at 488, you know, like, so there's not too much upside potential at the current price. But if it can break out past 488, turn that into support, then you're looking at a lot more upside potential. So we'll see. I'm on the sidelines right now. I really just want to see how this stock reacts at 488. So just to give you a quick update on Lucid, let's check out the 1 minute chart here. Yeah, we're still bearish. We're still good to go. Lower highs, more lower highs, trying to break down. Lucid still looks good. In terms of the puts, so you guys know I got the 51 strike that expires today at $1. Um, those are currently sitting at break even. So we'll see how this plays out. All right, let's see. All right, so any other plays you guys are looking at? Like I said, my top play here is going to be on Lucid stock. We're getting ready for another breakdown here. And here comes the breakdown on Lucid. Yeah, guys, I mean, Lucid is looking good, man. I love this setup. It's a really nice trend reversal setup. It's a really nice gap close reversal to fill the gap below setup. It's one of the best setups that I've seen today, and this should do very well. This is something where I would consider really holding this towards the close. Now with the options, that's a different story. If you're going with options on Friday that expire the same day, you're typically not holding those past like 1 p.m. due to the theta decay, right? And as you could see, the options just shot up 25% within 3 minutes. Within 3 minutes, you could have made 20%, guys. I told you guys the 51 put strike. That was the first options trade of the day. They're currently up 25%. I still think they have plenty of room to run, and we still have plenty of time. It's just with options on same day expiration, you really don't want to hold those past like 1 p.m. It's just you're really fighting that theta decay. But with shares, I'm really trying to be patient. Like this is something like this could even be a swing trade because like regardless, I see this going to 47. If it doesn't happen today, it should happen early next week. It really should. So this is a potential swing for me. I'm currently bouncing back nicely on the day now, red to green on the day. Um, this is looking phenomenal. This really is. I love this setup, guys. It's my favorite setup here. And the puts are now at 130. So, I mean, the put options are up 30% since I gave the alert. They are now in the money as well. So the put options are now in the money. I mean, we got them almost a dollar out of the money, the 51 strikes. All right, so OCGN. Let's see, OCGN, OCGN, OCGN. Yeah, I'm gonna keep this on my watch list. I think this will be a good swing trade for the midterm. I think this can go back towards the $12 range. So that you have a gap to fill here, and then you have a gap to fill towards here that already filled. So I mean, I'm not seeing confirmation to buy it just yet. So it filled this gap. It failed to have a reversal. You have a lot of support here currently reacting as a resistance level. I think it's a little bit too early to get in. In terms of potential entries and key levels to look for, let's see, 679, 613, and one of your best levels would be 552. Those would be your key levels. But regardless, I think this will squeeze back. I think it'll squeeze back to 12. So that's going to be another midterm swing. Very similar play how we pointed out on space, except I think space will be a lot better, especially with the option chain. But yeah, I like OCGN for the midterm. I'm on the sidelines for now though. Needs to see more of a reversal, more signs of an uptrend. Um, Man, there's another stock. I just forgot it. This reminded me of another one. Shoot. Damn, I gotta remember that stock. There's a really good stock I was just thinking of. All right, let's see. Let's see. No hope for ATER. I mean, the last time I swing traded this one, I played this perfectly. If you were looking at the community tab, I played this one literally perfect. I bought it at such a good price, and then I sold it almost at the top. It was just such a phenomenal swing trade that I got back on, made some money back on this. Let's see, where was that play? Let's see, is this gonna, okay, there we go. Yeah, so I mean, so for ATR stock, I re-alerted this one on the community tab 2 weeks ago. Ader stock looks good, still holding my shares from 677. The buy alert is further down if you scroll down. And then the sell alert was right, where is it? Um So yeah, they released earnings, and then I said it was running, still holding from 677, and then I sold it at $8 10 days ago. So with that being said, this was I mean, it was a great short-term swing trade. The strategy I was using was that gap close reversal to fill the gap. You guys remember that video? Where is it? There was a gap to fill right here at 670. Let's see. Yes, 670 right here at 670. There was a small gap to fill. And I told you guys when this hits 670, once we start seeing a bullish reaction, I'm going to buy this and swing this back up to fill this gap at 870. And that's exactly what I did. And, this did drop to 584. I was down at like almost $1 a share at one point, but I continued to hold. And in terms of how it reacted, there was a gap to fill above at 870. That was the first target. As soon as it filled that gap, it turned it into resistance. And you could see it was already struggling before it filled. It went to 820, crashed all the way down to 708. I sold this before it filled the gap actually, because it formed a double top in after hours and the volume was really light as well. And then it ended up filling the gap right here. Next day pre-market, it shot up to 868, which is the exact top and a great short opportunity. Had a gap close reversal to then fill this gap below. So yeah, I mean, that strategy worked both ways, really phenomenal. And it didn't work all the time. There was times where it didn't work out. That's why you got to cut your losses quickly. It didn't work out right here when I used it, but it worked down here. So it is what it is. Is there hope for it? I mean, not anytime soon. There's no reason for this to go up, and it indicates nothing but bearish signals. It is what it is. So like I really like trading these. I don't like holding these for the mid to long term. But yeah, I mean, it turned your key support at 6 already into resistance. It's just there's no signs of a reversal yet. It doesn't look good for the short term being. All right, so Lucid is at 50.80. I mean, once we can crack this 50.30 level, it should really start to have a nice pullback. Let's see. G-Tag is still. All right, so any other plays you guys are looking at for potential day trades, swing trades, let me know. Yeah, BBIG. That's the stock. Thank you for alerting that. That's the stock that I was going to talk about. I completely forgot about this. I've been waiting so long to buy this stock back, guys. This is going to be a phenomenal short squeeze play. So what I'm waiting for on this one is I'm waiting for it to fill this gap. There's a gap to fill right here at 293. All it has to do is drop one more dollar a share. I mean, eventually it's going to get there. And then you have multiple gaps to fill above at 599, 778. So like for this one, this is going to be a phenomenal buy when this hits that $3 to fill that gap mark. That's when I'm going to be interested in buying this to ride this back up to fill the gap above. This stock loves having gap close reversals, has a strong history of doing so. Right here, it had a solid gap up from 530. And then you could see it overall bottomed at that level, and then it ran all the way to 906. Here's another example. There was a gap to fill right here at 966. It bottomed exactly at that level, and then it shot up to 1170. I remember the call options. They shot up 300 to 500% plus within those periods, short-term weeklies. This is going to be a phenomenal play, man. So like for some midterm options, BBIG, when we're at $3, SPCE. I mean, this is already in the buy zone, just waiting for some confirmation. Um, there's going to be a lot of good midterm plays coming up. Those are going to be some of my top ones, BBIG and SPCE. Those are going to be my favorites as of now, SPC and BBIG. So, I mean, space is already in the buy zone. We just need to see more confirmation. All right, so Lucid is flipping here. Let's see. 51.45. All right, we gotta stay below. Want to stay below 51.70. Want to stay below 51.70. Really need to stay below that level. If it can do that, we should continue to see another drop. Okay, so CRDF, 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 CRDF. All right, let's see. Yeah, I mean this is not my type of chart. This this isn't my type of chart. Um I sold PROG at $6. Congratulations, someone who knows when to lock in profits, as it was previously at 640 and it went to the 290s. And I bought it back at 460. I'm now playing AQS2. Should make a big run for the FDA. Worth checking out. They have a few catalysts ahead, and analysts think it go 5x. Yeah, I mean, this isn't my type of chart, so regardless, I wouldn't play this. LGVN breaking down nicely. Yeah, I mean, this stock will be $7. This is a $7 stock by Monday. $7 by Monday. Lucid needs to make up its mind here. Really need to see this break down here quickly. Not liking this reaction here. Just trying to hold up at 51.30. It's not a good sign, but we'll see. Is PROG still looking bullish for the short term? Let's see. Where is it hanging? So, I mean, we do have a lot of resistance at 465, but it's still doing a good job of holding up. So, like, as of like for the short term, it's more bullish than bearish. That can change very, very quickly, though. It's trading sideways within the zone. You know, the overall zone is like from 390 to 480. So like basically in terms of the people who are looking for like some sort of big move, for the bulls the big move would have to be they break out and they turn 490 into support. That would be that big move. For bears, they would need to crack 390, turn it into resistance. So like right now, you're just kind of battling in between this zone of price action. But yeah, I mean, my thoughts, for the short term, it could go to 488. Um, I still think we're more likely to go, even if it does go to 488, I still think we're more likely to go to 347. But what's really going to matter is, if this does go to 488, is how it reacts at 488. Because if this reacts as a support level, starts breaking out, this ain't going to 347. This is going to back to like the 556 plus range. So we'll see. In terms of the volume today, volume yesterday was at 79 million. So yeah, I mean the volume has even faded even more just by looking at the 5 minute here. You could see the volume, and it was a lot more volatile yesterday as well. So that's going to be another issue. It's going to be choppy. It's going to be choppy these next few days. Yeah, I mean that's going to be the biggest issue for the bulls. I mean that's not a problem for the bears. Once these inflated stocks lose their volume, they get crushed. So I'm definitely more short biased than long biased. The volume is on track to be lower than yesterday. So from a technical view, there's really no reason for it to break out past 490 right now. So Lucid is still so it's breaking down. We got the resistance level. So it's looking for this 5170 to turn into resistance. It ended up topping out at 5155, trying to break down. So we'll see. I mean, I'm really trying to be patient. I think this can go under 50 today. Man, the theta decay is getting really hurt on these options. Basically on the next dip, if you're in on these, I would get out. So like on the next nice little pullback, little rug pull, I would lock in profits on those. I'm heavy on shares. I really don't go heavy on options on a Friday expiration, especially with the time being so late in the day. But yeah, Lucid's looking good. Looks like we'll continue to downtrend. All right, so let's see. Not hitting 347. I mean, it's not hitting 6 either. So give it time. I think it'll go to 347. Give it time. The problem is it's lost a lot of volume, so it's not going to be able to get there right away. But we'll see how it reacts towards 488. Regardless, it's still already dropped to 390s twice, so it's still a great call. Could have made $1 profit per share. I think this one might be done. This AUR. I think AUR and LGVN are gonna have some nice red days heading into Monday morning. All right, guys. Lucid is on track to really start to crack $50. Things are looking to really favor the shorts here for today. Say this is something where you just gotta like, with shares, you just gotta ride this one out. I'm trying to hold these shares till like the end of the day. It's a potential swing trade as well. It really depends on how low this goes. I think we can get to $49 today, at least 49. The lowest this can go, like 47. It's gonna be tough to hit 47 today though. Probably on Monday or early into next week. All right, so guys, any plays, any questions, let me know. I'm getting ready to take a lunch break here. Like I said, my main day trade is gonna be Lucid. So let me know. I'm about to take a quick break. Any questions, any stocks you want me to break down? Do do do. Yeah, I mean, I went over Kayla twice. Just really needs to stay above 90 cents. 83 cents would be the most at risk. BTBT. It's not my type of chart. I don't like its chart. I wouldn't really do anything with this one. In terms of like buying, I would wait until like $4, you know? Like just I wouldn't there's no reason to really get in on this to the fours. Sav is trying to break out. Let's see. Yeah, I mean it's a good sign that it turns, previous day's highs at 50 right here into support. That's a really good sign. So yeah, it looks like the Bulls are really gonna try to win this one. If that 54 can turn into support, it's really gonna start to climb up. That's a potential swing trade. So I'm still gonna keep Sav on my radar. PROG, this is a sideways. It's trading sideways, man. So I mean, my thoughts on PROG for the moment, like I said, the highest I really see this going for the time being is 488. I'm still overall short bias. Like I still think we're gonna go to 347. We could hit 488 first. And if we do hit 488, that's going to be that key level. Reacts as a resistance level. I think it's pretty much like done for the time being. And then I think we go back to 347 and that'd be the buy zone. If it reacts as a strong support level and the volume comes in, this could run. But as of now, this is trading sideways. Um, and the volume has faded. So there's really no reason to buy this now. I'm simply on the sidelines right now. Yeah, I saw Roku with the gap fill. I saw that. But there was no confirmation. We had a gap fill right here at 253, another gap fill at 232. So I mean, it's not having a positive reaction. So it did just fill a gap from 235. There's really no bullish reaction. There's no bullish confirmation yet really on Roku. That's the problem I'm seeing, with this one. For like a swing trade. If you wanted to day trade it, you could try to get in for a quick flip here. But I'm just not interested in this right now. All right, so guys, Lucid is trading sideways. The Bulls are trying to step in here. So we really need to maintain under $52. I mean the max risk. So I'm in at 51.98. The max risk is gonna be 52.55. So I'm not really taking a big risk on this. You know, it's like risking like 70, 60, 70 cents to make a couple dollars profit per share. It is a potential swing. Spy calls spy. Yeah, I mean, I would hold off on spy calls. I wouldn't touch it for now. I would just let it do its thing for now. It's due for some sort of pullback in terms of like 3 to 5%. It's due for some sort of pullback. I wouldn't touch this for now. NVTA. Let's see NVTA. Yeah, I mean, I like the chart on this one. This could be good. I'll add this to the watch list for sure. The gap fills at 1871, so we just need to see signs of a trend reversal. We need to see positive reactions. But yeah, definitely we'll add that to the watch list. NVTA. There's gonna be a lot of good upcoming like midterm swing trades where you just kind of passively hold them. Those are gonna be coming soon. Like I said, with SPCE and BBIG, those will be coming soon. SPCE is already in the buy zone. For BBIG, the buy zone's at 3. So we just gotta wait for a positive reaction on SPCE. All right, so guys, I'm gonna take a break. I'm not sure when I'll be back. But yeah, I mean, I'll leave the stream up. But yeah, I'm gonna take a break here. When should you buy PROG? I mean, I'm waiting till it hits 347 to see how it reacts. I'm willing to miss out to get a better deal. That's just me. You know, if it doesn't go to 347 and it goes back to 6 and I miss out, then so be it. Like, I'd rather get a better deal than chase a stock. I'd rather get a better deal and miss out, try to get a better deal, miss out, than chase a stock and get burnt on a bad entry. So, all right, JWN, gap fill 33.19. I mean, yeah, you could see how it reacts at 33.19. That could be a good one. It's worth keeping an eye on for sure. All right, guys, I'm gonna be taking a break. I'll see you in a bit here. All right, traders, let's see. So here's the deal. Here's the deal. PROG is really, you know, trying to break out. It's really trying to go back to 488. So yeah, for the short term being, it looks like we're heading to 488. And then, like I said, we got to see how it reacts once it hits 488. So I'm on the sidelines right now. No current position. Really need to see how this reacts to 488 to get a better understanding on whether is it going back to sixes or is it going back to 347 before going to six, right? So like I told you, my current stance on this is it looks like we're going to go to 488. And then once we go to 488, if it reacts as a support, starts breaking out, it's bullish. And then it's going to try to run into next week, potentially even into after hours today. If it reacts as resistance, that's bearish, and it'll be heading back to the lower fours and then eventually fill this gap from 347. So right now, we're more likely for the short term to go to 488 than to 347. Now, 488 reacts as a resistance level. We're still on track within time, not right away, but within time to go back to 347. Um, if not, if it reacts as support, then this could really start to explode up. So we'll see, but right now the micro price action is definitely bullish, as not only has this, held up above 430, that key level we were talking about, but it's formed higher support at 440s and it's been attempting to break out. So we'll see. It's been trending a little bit sideways. But overall, in terms of its sideways price action, the bulls are definitely in control for the short term for a micro move to 488. So that's my thoughts on it. Um, Really not seeing anything else for the moment. So yeah, I mean, I think I'm gonna wrap up the trading day. I'm still in on a Lucid as well. But yeah, I mean, I think I'm gonna wrap things up. I'm usually done from it's usually from like 9:30 to 10:30 to 11, and then I'll really kind of focus towards like power hour towards 3 to 4 p.m. So it's usually during the most volatile hours of the day. But yeah, I'm really not seeing anything, guys. So I'm about to wrap it up. If you want me to break down any last stocks before I go, feel free to post them below. Any last questions, let me know. I'm going to be wrapping up the live stream here. I'm still in on Lucid. I'm keeping the mental stop at around $53. Are you going to do something with your hair? Yeah, I mean, I'm just letting it grow out, for the first time. I'm just letting it grow out, and then eventually I'll figure out, how to style this. I'm just more focused on other things right now. Um, let's see. All right, so yeah, guys, I'm really not seeing much. Let me know any questions, any stocks you want me to break down. Any potential swing trades you're looking at. What you'll be watching during power hour. Um, let's see. Yeah, I mean, for the most part, that's really gonna wrap this up. But PROG is gonna be very, very interesting for today and heading into Monday. I really have a good idea of where this will be. Just gotta wait for specific prices and reactions. So yeah, I mean, my final thoughts for PROG in terms of today, I mean, it's really trying to go to 488. I think that's where we're heading for the short term for the micro price action. It has been trading sideways, but overall it has been forming higher support. You do have some resistance at 466, but I mean, it makes more sense to go to 488 than to go to 347. For the short term being. So I think we'll go to 488 first, and then from there, if it reacts as a resistance, I still kind of stand by the 347. If not, then this can really take off and go to sixes. So, I mean, as of now, we just really got to see how this reacts towards 488. If it doesn't get there, then that's even more bearish. That means it's topping out towards this 460 key level. So we'll see. But I mean, right now things are looking bullish for the micro. Um, it's been trading sideways overall, but it's been forming higher support and it's been trying to form new highs. So we'll see. Crushed it in LGVN. Nice. Okay. All right. So yeah. Let's see. All right, so guys, let me know. Any last questions? Any stocks you want me to break down? Man, Lucid has been just really stubborn. I'm really shocked this got a new high in the day. But yeah, I mean, my mental stop is sitting at 53, so it's really not that big of a risk. We'll see. In terms of the options, guys, though, the options are definitely like they're no longer on hold. That was like a really short term micro trade. AUR, but it's still a share play. I'm keeping the mental stop at 53. Yeah, I mean, I was looking at IRNT. It really looks like that it wants to pop. It really looks like it wants to have some sort of spike, like it has been doing recently. I mean, I wouldn't expect much from it. But overall, we're due for some sort of spike. I would say to like 11 to 1150 around there. I'm definitely bullish on it. I would set like a max stop towards like 970. But I mean, I think we're headed back towards 1150s. Will you be back during power hour? I mean, it really depends. It really does depend how power hour looks. So we'll see. Sava is really setting up for a swing trade to $61. I think Sava is really due for some. Yeah, guys. Sava is going to be on my radar for a swing trade. I'm really liking Sava for the short term price action here. I think next week we could shoot up to 60s. Overall, like realistically, this can go back to 90 within some time. I think this is going to be a good one. I like Sava stock. So the main play I'm seeing right now for the short term actually would be Sava. It's showing true strength. This is what you got key support right here in the $45 to $50 range. It has a strong history of really spiking from the support level. You got multiple gaps to fill above. It recently went from 45 all the way to 100 very, very quickly. I wouldn't be surprised if something like that happened again. We turned. This was interesting. We had a breakout past yesterday's high, and then it pulled back, and then it bottomed exactly at yesterday's high. Now we're on track for a new high of day. And then this is going to be your key breakout level. Once this stock goes above 53.96, which it just did, and turns it into support and starts breaking out, there's no resistance until this gap fills. So it's going to start to fill this gap at 61.69. We call that a gap breakout. It's a special breakout where there's no resistance and it starts to fill that gap above. As it's filling the gap, it will form resistance. But overall, they tend to really try to fill those gaps. So, I mean, just looking at this overall chart, this chart right here, this looks really bullish. So I'm liking Sava for a potential swing. I'm going to keep close eyes on it into power hour. So yeah, I mean, guys, stay tuned for that. There's probably going to be stream during power hour. We'll have to see. I'll probably be posting a video later tonight as well. PROG is topping out. There's just resistance trying to form a lower high. Like I said, it's been trading sideways. It's been tricky overall today. I think that has to do with the volume fade. Can you say anything more on Trader Society? Would it be a website, Discord group? Maybe very interested in details. So yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna say too much. But yeah, I mean, it is. So we are expected to launch by December. There's been a bit of a delay. I was trying to launch it early November, but there's, sometimes things take longer than they expect to. I just want to make sure everything's really good for this upcoming launch of the beta and stuff like that, as it's going to be like a whole, program coming up. But with that being said, hold up, guys. I'm looking at. I have like another screen. I'm looking at stocks real quick. But yeah, so like basically within Trader Society, you will have the advantage to watch me trade live every single day. So basically, what it is that you're seeing right now in terms of my charts, and then when I enter and exit positions, I share with you the portfolio, and then I'll also show glances of like scanners and stuff like that. So it'll be a very interesting live trading stream every single day at market open, typically from like 9:15 a.m. And then in terms of how long it goes, the trading stream usually goes to like 10:30 to 11 a.m. That's when things really start to dry out. So it's going to be a live trading stream that's focused on market open, where you get to watch me trade live every single day. And then I'll also be active during, active periods of the market within the chat room where you can reach me there. So I'll be active during market open and chat room, and then I'll be active during the chat room towards, power hour, towards 3 to 4 p.m. Those are the main times where I show interest within the market. Basically the first hour of market open and then the first hour of market close. I like to trade the volatility, and the best setups, tend to arise within that period. Swing trades are typically made during power hour. But yeah, we're going to be focused on trading the best setups at the best prices. And we're going to be focused on trading options, day and swing trading options, and also day and swing trading shares. So there's going to be, share plays where we buy stocks and short stocks with shares. And then there's going to be option plays as well. So, with options, there'll be scalping plays. There will also be swing trades. But it's going to be, laser focused on quality over quantity. So I'm not looking to make a ton of day trades. In terms of swing trades, those are going to be super high quality. There's not going to be a lot of swing trades, but when they hit, they tend to hit big. With swing trades, there'll be, holding times. They're typically from a couple days to a couple, months. It could be a short-term swing trade or a mid-term swing trade. But yeah, I mean, the ultimate freedom is really self-sufficiency. The goal is to make you self-sufficient. The goal is to teach you how it is to do what it is that I'm doing. And then of course there's going to be other members with different trading strategies, and that's completely fine. And everyone will have, people will have their own certain set of mastery, whether that's you master the gap close reversal strategy, you master going long, you master going short, you master it both ways, or you have a different strategy where you can add value to the group. There's going to be moderators as time goes on. There's going to be one moderator. Um, he's going to be laser focused on scalping options. I've known this guy for years. He's a great options trader. His name is Harry. He's going to be within the group. So there's going to be some different styles of trading within the group as well. And we will have more moderators as time goes on. But yeah, I mean, we're expected to launch early December, possibly even before then. This could launch potentially as early as next Monday. I have to see. But for the most part, everything's finished and set up. So yeah, I mean, I would just expect like a live trading stream of stocks and options, for my trading style. And then there's going to be a video lesson library where I teach you, the strategies, price action, the technical analysis, psychology, risk management, position sizing. You also get access to, all my platforms, the scanner presets, the presets you see on my chart, the blue lines, like stuff like that. That's all custom built. And then there'll be, daily watch list, the real-time trade alerts, the private chat room. You'll have the ability to also message me one-on-one through direct message with an overall quick response time. But yeah, I mean, that would really be the only way to reach me in real time, is pretty much like a live trading stream where you get your questions answered live on spot, or through direct message. There's no other way to message me. Like I don't use like social media. I don't use like Instagram or Facebook or anything like that. I rarely respond to comments and stuff like that. in terms of like YouTube. So basically, the only way to reach me would be inside the Discord group or during a live trading stream. Um, so yeah, I mean, I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be a great program, and the initial launch we're really going to build strong off of that. We'll start off, with like a small team, and we'll really build that from the ground up. But yeah, just so you guys know though, this is like education focused. So if you think you're just gonna, join, follow alerts and make money, I would advise you to simply not join. I mean, the main reasons why I give out my trade alerts and show live trading is to show that I'm actually trading and to show you what it is that I'm trading, why it is that I'm trading it. There's people who don't give out alerts, and they simply just teach. It's just like I really don't see the value in someone talking about a stock or giving commentary about a stock that they have no position in, or they're not willing to share when they buy or when they sell. But just understand, I'm not doing that for you to follow, alerts. I'm not doing that in attempts to pump a stock or pump an option contract. I'm simply doing that to share with you, like, okay, I taught you guys the strategy within the video lesson library. Now I'm showing you how I'm using the strategy in real time. Then you can use that, real time data, that real time, trading knowledge to gain experience, to really see how the strategy is used within real time, to see the entry, to see the exit, and to learn and understand from it. But yeah, if you think you're just gonna blindly follow alerts without understanding how the strategy works, I mean, I don't care who you're following. You're not gonna be profitable. You're not gonna be making money. Like, you have to become self sufficient. You really have to understand the side of the trade. So yeah, I mean, if you're just looking to trade blindly and follow alerts, I would really not encourage you to join the program. All right, so guys, any last questions? I'm gonna wrap this up. I'll try to do a power hour stream. I mean, it depends how the market looks right now for a swing trade. The best thing I'm potentially seeing is Sava. This does have some potential. Um, it's just there's a lot of oversold stocks right now that are due for a reversal, and I'm waiting on that. I mean, Baba, this will be a big one. This at some point this really gonna shoot up. It wasn't too long ago. This went from 138 all the way to 180, and you better believe those call options exploded. Like, so there's just a lot of oversold stocks right now that are due for correction, but there's no signs of a reversal yet. There's no bullish confirmations to be buying yet, so I'm on the sidelines. But there's a lot of them, guys, and there's going to be some good swings coming up, so we'll see. I got a lot on my radar, like Sava, Space, Alibaba. Let's see, what else do I got on my radar? OCGN, NVTA. Let's see. Yeah, I mean, those would be the main ones. Um, I still like Pinterest a bit. Yeah, BBIG, that would be a good one towards 3. So yeah, I mean, they're coming up within time. Do you mostly day trade? I mean, I do both. I would say I'm definitely better at swing trading than day trading. But yeah, I mean, I do both. In terms of day trading, I really like to keep it quality over quantity focused. When I'm trading options, I'll typically scalp those fairly quickly. And then, on certain plays, I'll swing trade options. If it's like a more of a midterm play, I'll look to swing it. Sometimes I'll do a short term swing. But yeah, I mean, for the most part, I do both. I'm looking to trade the best setups at the best prices. Yeah, BBIG definitely. That's gonna be a phenomenal one. Okay, so RBLX. Let's see. Are the videos on the website? Are they on the members area? So yeah, all the videos are there's over 20 hours of content. Everything's already in the members area. Basically everything's done. I have to decide when I want to, launch this and then commit to it every single day because it is a big commitment to trade live every single day on stream. But yeah, I mean, for the most part, everything is pretty much done in terms of like the chat room, the website, the video lesson library, and then there'll be more lessons in on the future. So it's simply me just kind of waiting to pull the trigger on this, which will be very soon. No, so yeah, I don't. So the blue lines, this isn't an indicator in Think or Swim. So like this is custom built. You have to have like the custom code. So this was basically created by an engineer that I outsourced. I have a couple students actually. I had one of my former students actually. He edited the code to make it like better in certain ways. It used to look a lot differently. Will I go long on PROG if it breaks past 488? Yeah, I mean that's tough. That's tough. I probably not. You could try to scalp it. In terms of a swing, I don't think so. I really like buying the dips rather than buying the breakouts. Unless it's like really oversold at a breakout, that's a little different. But I mean it's definitely not an oversold breakout price. Okay, RBAC. Yeah, man, I'm not seeing a reason to buy this one. Um, so for BBIG, 293. So I mean, this is gonna be a gap close reversal play. So like for this one, I'm looking for the gap fill at 293, and then once it fills this gap, we're looking for a reversal for it to shoot back up and start to fill the gaps above. So that'd be that gap close reversal to fill that gap type of strategy. OCGN. Yeah, I mean this just bottomed actually at the 3-month chart. This just bottomed out. Some volume is starting to come in. It looks like. Wow, this looks nice here. Yeah, I mean this should go to 12 in the midterm. This should be a $12 stock. All right, so yeah, guys, I'm gonna wrap it up. I'll probably post a video tonight. As for Sava, yeah, I mean, I'm already kind of convinced. I'm gonna take a long position on Sava. Let's see. So yeah, I'm gonna go long on this one. And then in terms of power hour, we'll see if it's closing nicely. I'll look to buy some options as well. Options, I need like a different confirmation. But I mean, for shares, if you're willing to kind of hold this one out, I think Sav is a good play. So I'm gonna load up on some shares here. All right, so I'm long Sav at 54.80. Um, I'll try to be back during power hour. I have to see. But yeah, I mean, overall, that's gonna wrap it up, guys. So Sava is gonna be that swing trade. I'm just doing shares for now, so we'll see. The target is gonna be 61.69 for Sava stock. I think it'll be a good swing trade. But yeah, I'll see you guys potentially later. Also be on the lookout for a video potentially tonight. But yeah, guys, thank you so much for tuning in the stream, and I'll catch you in the next